Your backlog doesn't know it yet, but it's about to get a whole lot worse. From September through the holidays, the release calendar is packed. So which games are actually worth making time for this fall? Let's find out.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 551. And joining me around this digital table is Catherine. Hello, Catherine.
Hello, how are you?
I'm excellent. It was so nice to see your face IRL this week.
Oh, it was such a good trip.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yes.
All right, before we fill you all in on what we did, first, a wee bit of housekeeping. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. Joelle is out for another week. We're going to chat with her soon to see what her return schedule might be like. But as always, a reminder that they've got that fundraiser going for Ryan. And drop her a line. Wish her well. I'm sure she'd enjoy hearing from you. Kat, it was, yes, a very fun week. And there's a reason why we didn't have an episode is because Kat and I were at the baseball game in Toronto.
Yeah, it was my long-awaited trip to Toronto that we haven't got to do because of pandemic and then time and then
pandemic.
Life. Yeah, and then life and
last
everything.
year, we decided to go to Mexico instead. So this time around, you decided to come up and visit me.
Exactly. And do the sites, because I haven't never been to Toronto. I've been to Toronto, but I've never done the Toronto experience. So Monday we had our day where we all went to the baseball game. We went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. That was great. And our seats were amazing because the Sky Dome was open and we had view on the CN Tower the entire night. Weather was perfect. I got to see a home run.
It was a fun game too. Weird call in the middle of it for those. It was the one on Monday, the 10th, where they they stopped it because the rule was they had to figure out what was going on with the game. But the Jays won, which was nice.
Yep. Yeah, that was a very long, what is it called? The 7th inning stretch?
Yeah, but they started playing.
Stuff.
They started playing, and then this crazy incident happened that I'm still not 100% clear on. And we had just stepped out to grab a beer and get a jersey for my dad, who joined us. So we were out for 15 minutes or so, and we came back and nothing had changed the game. We were like, what the heck happened? So, interesting baseball game. That was fun. And then on Tuesday, I know you said you've never gone, but I've lived here now for 7 years and hadn't had the opportunity to go to the Royal Ontario Museum nor the Art Gallery of Ontario. So I was really excited when you said you wanted to do that. So that was pretty cool. I probably went when I was a kid. Because we'd come and done the touristy things and whatever in Toronto. And I lived here when I was really little because my dad did his fellowship here. And I was super little then. So I don't remember much of that. But yeah, it was nice to get and go and peruse. And don't get two art majors into an art museum. I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
Just
this, when we went to ROM, the special exhibit was on psychedelic drugs and their effect on culture. And there's all these aspects like religion and even some research into how they could be used in low dose to help with mental health stuff.
Yes.
And it was a very interesting exhibit, but it also had a lot of art, of course, because, these kinds of movement triggered a lot of art and how it still shows up in today's influence. That wall of vinyl covers included Jimi Hendrix, but also Tame Impala was very interesting.
And FKA Twigs was on there, and then the Beatles, and it was quite an interesting spectrum of stuff from the 60s and 70s, and now stuff for today.
And then we went down a few levels to go look at the dinosaur bones. That's always interesting. because you always forget how massive dinosaurs were until you walk into a dinosaur museum and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, these boys were big.
Yeah. And then for the art gallery, it was an impressionist exhibit. If I remember correctly, it was the collection from the Dallas Museum of Art.
I think you're right. Yeah, so we got to see some Monet, and some Van Gogh,
Manet.
and some Manet,
Cézanne.
and Cézanne. So like the stuff the cat and I like. So that was
Cicero.
nice. The Monet lilies. It's funny too because the next day I went in and spoke to my boss, and she's like, "I'm going there tonight," and I was like, "Oh, nice! You're gonna like it. It's a good one."
Yeah.
So that
And I love that they had a room for post-impressionist movements. And then they had an entire wall of Piet Mondrian before he became an abstract painter, while he was still doing like landscapes. And I was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like that healed my heart.
I think we're the only ones walking in there though to being like, oh yeah, that artist and that artist actually having some context.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were just kind of like had audio guides or like reading, and it's just like, I just saw that windmill like from the corner of my eye. I was like, yo, Van Gogh's Hail Bale, Piet Mondrian's windmill from like across the fucking room, because I was just like, art nerd alert.
Art nerds.
And for any listeners that are into Canadian art, one of the reasons I wanted to go to the AGO, regardless of the special exhibit, was because I love the Group of Seven, which is a group of Canadian landscape artists that were mostly active in the early 1900s. And they had a very distinct style, and you could see how a lot of the Impressionist movements influenced them. And one of the things they do is like when they paint the winter landscape, that use of light of like, having blue shadows is even more pronounced with the wintry landscapes. And I was well fed because each member like of the actual Group of Seven, but also like honorary members like Tom Thompson, each had their own room, a lot of sketches. So a lot of the smaller paintings, a lot of those small paintings, like the larger paintings I've seen umpteen times at the National Art Gallery of Ottawa, of Canada in Ottawa. But seeing this one, like that's the other second largest collection of Group of Seven. And they even had my girl Emily Carr had her own room as well. And what I liked about the AGO is they peppered contemporary art throughout the galleries. So we were walking through the Group of Seven, but then there was like just a off gallery where there was a sculptor, and it was a contemporary sculptor, and it was completely different. It was those, what'd you call it? It was almost like laser cut pieces.
Yeah, and it had like some like some Southeast Asian / Indian aesthetics in the illustrator, but they were all like these huge laser cut metal sculptures that was like lit in a way that they almost felt like ethereal. It was so cool. And the room was painted like a dark mauvey purple too. So they like, and then the way they were hit with those halogen lights, they just glowed and glistened and stuff. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah. And it was like sandwiched between like the Group of Seven and Indigenous art. Like, we kind of like came out of this room and then saw Molineux, and we were like, holy shit. Like, it was just, we were well fed that day.
Yeah. We also got our steps in. We walked 30 minutes down for the romp to the AGO.
Yeah. And then we walked all over in the galleries. And then we walked
to meet Mike. Yeah. So. And then walked
from
the metro. We got our steps in. Yeah, we were fit that day.
Yeah. And then Wednesday you were at work, unfortunately.
I did. I had to work.
Yeah.
Girls got to pay the bills. Need dog kibble.
Yeah. That's the day I went to the CN Tower. I was like, I'm going to go to the CN Tower and the aquarium. Saw both had giant lineups, and I was like, I'm going to make a choice. I chose
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I chose the CN Tower. It's a lot of just standing in line. You get your ticket, you stand in line a long time to get to the elevator. You get up, and then, you just kind of walk around, you look outside, you take your photos. I was very lucky because I was up there during a thunderstorm. So, I saw the storm roll in, roll out. At one point, we couldn't see absolutely nothing out the windows because we were in the middle of the cloud. The cloud just kind of like came in. It was really surreal. And after it cleared off, and the weather got clement and the planes could land and take off again, I was able to do some plane spotting at Billy Bishop from the CN Tower because I'm a Skycar nerd. It's all Dash 8s, by the way. It's mostly Dash 8s because it's the Billy Bishop is the short-term flights, the smaller
Yeah, they're
flights.
short runways too.
It's a very short runway.
Mhm.
So, nothing bigger than a Dash 8.
But it's
Yeah,
great for
so-
getting in and out of the city. I used to come in there all the time when I was living in Montreal. I was coming to Toronto. It was so great because you wouldn't have to do that big ass commute from Pearson to downtown. I would just get in an Uber in 5 minutes. I would be at work. It was dope.
There's also like the volume of flights compared to Pearson, so it's less of a hectic airport.
Oh yeah.
It really feels like the chill is just like, this is just for domestic flights, man. It's like,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I did on Wednesday. And then after that, I joined you and Mike to hang out. And I got to cuddle Gibson a lot, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a cuddle bug, that dog.
He is. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got a spa day today. Michael gave him the full treatment, bath,
Nice.
nails trimmed, the big brush, everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man's ready for fall.
He's ready.
Back to school.
Back to school. Dogs don't go to school.
No.
They eat homework.
They do.
Yeah, it was really great seeing you. I had my parents in town before that, so I spent a lot of time down in Mississauga hanging out with them. They were taking care of my niece. I'm going to be a godparent for my niece. That was really
Yes,
cute.
congrats!
Yeah, they my sister and brother-in-law gave my husband a package that had this gorgeous dog collar in it, and they took it out looking at it, and he picked up the tag, right? And he looked at one side and he said Gibson, and then he flipped it over where you usually see the phone number or, like contact if found kind of details, and it said God Dog. And Mike's like, I don't get it. They're like, read the card. And then he started reading. He was like, oh, the tears. So, yeah, it was really cute. So, yeah, Gibson's a God Dog now. Or once we have the ceremonies and whatever else. But yeah, outside of that, like that was, yeah, I felt like I've seen a lot of people. And then so this weekend kind of crashed a little bit. Mike and I did watch Project Hail Mary, which frig is so good.
Isn't it?
Oh,
it's
my
amazing.
God. I was in tears in the middle and I was like, no. And I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know the part where that was it. But then how it ended, I was like jumping for joy. I was like, this is so flipping good. I'm still going to listen to the audiobook because I'm really curious to see how they do that. Especially the whole scene where they're trying to communicate and they haven't figured out language yet. Frig, it's good. Go see that movie. And it's so nice to see like a movie with a relationship that's totally like a friendship relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, deep friendship. Deep, like
Deep
relationship's
companionship.
That's gonna like survive literally the end of time.
Yes. So go
and
see
light years.
In light years. Yeah. Go watch that. It was very, very fun. But now this weekend, which I will come back and report on next Monday, I'm going to see BTS. And I'm so excited. I can't believe
It's gonna be such a good show.
Yeah, Mike and I were out and about yesterday, Pokemon card hunting because it's a problem now. And I was like, "We're going to see BTS on Saturday." He's like, "Oh yeah, right." I was like, "You want to listen to the set list?" He's like, "Sure." So he's ready, and I'm ready.
Nice.
I cannot wait. Gotta find my fit. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. Don't know yet. I got my nails painted purple though because I am Army. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
Also, purple is your favorite color. Like
purple is my favorite color. It works out really well.
Yeah.
All right. That was a lot of catching up. But you know what else we have to catch up on? The Fantasy Critic. And it's been, having a couple of weeks of waiting during summer releases to shake things up. Plus, a little bit of waiting because we didn't record a podcast last weekend. So there you go. Let's start with the Podcast League. And we have a new leader. Kat has finally overtaken Joelle, and not by a tiny amount either. If we had the little clapping, because I see Kat doing anything, we need a little cheers. Kat is now sitting at 127.5 points. Joelle is Joelle's at 107.3. And I remain in a very distant, but still optimistic third at 70.2. It is not my year, but that is okay. Kat, your big August run paid off in dividends. A Halo campaign Evolve gave you 11.2 points. Beasts of Reincarnation came in a little soft with a 75.1, but that's still 5.1 points. But Marvel Token Fighting Souls delivered with an 86.4, adding another whopping 16.4 points. Very, very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I did nothing. It was all luck.
So Kat, you came from being 1.1 point behind Joelle at our last time we spoke 2 weeks ago to now being more than 20 points ahead.
GTA 6 cannot save this woman. I think I'm going to win.
Imagine if we get to the end of this and Kat pulls away even with a solid release from GTA 6.
Mind you, I might have counterpicked Wolverine. I think that might be what do me in.
Do you have a super drop?
I dropped, what was it? Persona, I think. I already used my super drop. For something much better. Trust me.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay.
Yeah.
So even with that though, and we're taking, and maybe because you have that in there, this system and Fantasy Critic is still kind of projecting that Joelle's going to be a little bit ahead at, oh my God, it's predicting 200.3 points, Kat, for Joelle, and 193.5 for you. That's still obscene. Like, I don't think I've ever seen something crack the 200 points. And we've been doing Fantasy Critic for a while now.
She has a solid roster. Like, GTA 6 aside, she has a solid roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I mean, speaking of that roster, Marvel's Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero, and of course, Grand Theft Auto 6, all on Joelle's list. Yeah, we'll wait and see how that pans out. Meanwhile, I haven't moved at all. Still at 70.2. My entire Fantasy Critic existence is basically waiting for September because I think that's when all my games are. Blood of the Dawnwalker coming on September 3rd. Then I've got Fire Emblem's Fortune Weave on the 17th, and then Minecraft Dungeons 2 on September 29th. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good because Blood of the Dawnwalker is one of the most bid on games right now in Fantasy Critic. If you pull some, because you can go and look at some of the stats, what's happening across all the leagues. So you never know. I could garner a few, but you guys are going to run away with the actual, it's a 2-woman race at this point. Over in the Community League, we've got a new leader there too. Jessica Starr, and the Year of Starfield Games has taken first place with 114.3 points, knocking Joelle down to a second with 109.6. Phoenix is still hanging around in third, 92.9 points over there. Offshore Meteor is in fourth at 88.9. But once again, watch out, because Offshore Meteor is projected to finish at 121.8 points, which could put them at the top of the league. Kat, you've climbed into fifth, 79.7 points right now. So August is you've done very well in August in the Community League. But I would like everybody to notice that a certain publisher was making some moves, but it might have been further down in the roster. Gibson's Glitter Games has jumped from 32.4 points to right now at 52.2. I'm an 8. We're not going to dwell on that. It was an improvement. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, this is not my year.
At least you're not the last.
I'm not. Pokemon Pokepia Bubbly Basin did really well. Fields of Minstra is also released. So yeah, my using $18 to buy Fields of Minstra probably did pretty good for me. across both leagues, we had no bids and no drops. So it was very, very quiet on the waiver wire. We're heading into a crazy fall, which is the topic of the show. So, I mean, it literally could go either way. Yeah. Kat seized control of the podcast league. Jessica Starr has taken over the community league. Joelle remains extremely dangerous at both sides. I'm on a comeback story, and we really don't know what's going to happen come the start of September. So that's where we land. That's Fantasy Critic. It's been
Exciting
a fun
times.
one. Yeah, it's been a fun one. Okay, Kat, with all your adventures, did you play any games?
I did. My friend, and his 2 or 3 of our friends that we have in common have sunk like 700 hours in a game called Ravenswatch.
Okay.
What is Ravenswatch, you say? It's basically Diablo with a progression that's a bit like Hades.
Okay.
So you run dungeon, they're generated. It's like 3 chapters. And then during the thing, you can find upgrades and you apply them. But I don't remember if there's meta progression outside of the runs. And the setting is children's books. So I played the Pete Piper, and I sicked my rats on shit.
You were the Pied Piper, not
Pied Piper.
No,
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No, but you were the Pied Piper. You weren't the rats, and you weren't the kids that were getting summoned by.
No,
Okay.
I just used the rats as a way to attack and do my music to do attacks. My friend Ali was playing Beowulf, so he had a giant sword. My friend Laurent was playing Juliet, because they have Romeo and Juliet in there, and Juliet has a gun. I don't know. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Sounds right.
And then my friend Guillaume was playing Merlin. So, so every character in there is from a fantasy. So some are playable characters, others are just characters you meet in the game. So when you have quests or you fight bosses, it's all about these, Jack and Beanstalk and all those stories. But the gameplay loop is essentially be on map, discover map randomly generated, lots of mobs, kill lots of mobs, make number go up, level up, find upgrades and whatever, get ready for boss fight, do boss fight. But they've been playing for 700 hours. It's a very difficult game, but because they played on easy peasy because I was there for the first time, and they played for 700 hours, they just steamrolled the thing.
You're just along for the ride.
I know. It's like when you joined WoW and your friend who's like max level is just like, let me take you through all the dungeons so you can get, all the easily like update your character and get all the loot, basically. But yeah, apparently it's a very hard game, and it's a roguelike where you're supposed to do a lot of run and you're supposed to hit a wall and learn and almost like be like Dark Soul, Hades type thing. But they've played so much. I was just steamroll.
What were you playing on? PC?
Yeah, PC.
Nice.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a fun game. Like, it's like I was playing Diablo 4 with Uva because she was like, I don't have it because I just have a Switch. Those types of games are not the kind I would, sit down and play alone, but they're good mindless fun. So it's nice to play them with people and just kind of shoot the shit. So it was very fun. And that group of friends, the group of friends I've been playing D&D with for like fucking 15 years or something. So, it's nice to just text me and be like, okay, we need a fourth for Ravenswatch. And I was like, all right, buds. So I joined in.
Cool.
But
I'd never heard of that game.
I don't think it's very popular. Or it's not
maybe
like
it is in certain circles, and we're not. Ooh, I like the art style.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does look like Diablo.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, you look like Diablo.
Yeah. And essentially the characters are named like you can play Little Red Riding Hood. Her name is Scarlet. But essentially because it's when you do the dungeon, you have a 3-day cycle. Because you do have a time to finish your map. So you have 3 in-game days, which is whatever. So you go day, night, day, night, day, night. At night, she becomes the werewolf. So she's she's both Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf.
I love that.
So Yeah, so you have different set of abilities in combat depending on whom you're what. And anyway, my friend got me the version that has all the shit unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got good critics. It's been out for a while. They play shit ton. They'd rather play that than
hours.
Diablo.
Yeah.
They played a lot of Diablo, like Diablo 3 and, Diablo 4. But now they're mostly into this one. I think it's because my friend Laura is not as much into Diablo. And this one has some different mechanics, My TLDR, and having not played a lot of Diablo, but not a lot of Hades, but if you were playing Diablo and you were like, I wish this game was more like Hades, you should look into Ravenswatch. Essentially.
I like the concept of you being characters from children's stories.
Yeah. Mind you, Romeo and Juliet are just there, but I'm like, okay.
But she has a gun.
But she has a gun.
It's almost like you need to change Janie's got a gun to Juliet's got a gun.
Exactly.
Doesn't have the same ring because there's too many
syllables.
What do they call syllables? That's it. I ended up downloading the DLC for Pokemon Pokepia, which is Bubbly Basin. Started playing that. It's everything you could want it to be and every water Pokemon you could ever want. I really like it. I just think right now it's the type of game too that like it's very much look over there, now look over there. In order to do umpteen different things, I get distracted and I get into the game and then I go in with a plan, totally don't do any of that and then leave. And I'm just like, what did I do for the past hour? Because I don't know. It's amazing the ads that they put in there from the furniture to the building options and all that kind of stuff. Really gorgeous. Underwater kind of world. You're kind of in Cerulean Gym and all of that. So what you kind of see like places and you can kind of see how the layout of the land is as if you had played the first game, which is really cool. But yeah, it's the type of game too that I want to sit down and sink my teeth into. And if I just start a little bit and I only have an hour to play, I kind of get distracted and go off and do something else. So I've been watching Big Brother. At the same time while I'm playing. And you know what? It works out. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of sink my teeth into something else now, I think. I'm wondering if I pick up Fields of Minstra because I want to play that, but I don't know if I want to sit in front of my PC right now. But I know Moonlighter 2 is coming out in a bit. Full on, and that's going to be on Switch. So I'm excited for that. Now that might be a month or so, but I'm just waiting for September for them to tell us when we're getting that flippin' Legend of Zelda game. Because if we get Ocarina of Time, I think they're going to do, because this is the rumor mill too, I think they're going to do a press, some sort of press event or like one of those directs early September, and we're going to hear about what it is. Plus, there was that leak of the of what is supposed to be like a branded Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary Switch 2, which, Kat, you may have done the smart thing holding out.
Yeah, because people are like, are you going to buy it now to like not, because in September it goes up? I'm like, it goes up by $50, bro. I'll have to buy it now. Like I can wait for like Fire Emblem to come out and get it once I'm ready to play Fire Emblem. But I was hoping for some kind of bundle for Fire Emblem. I thought in my head it was a big enough release for that. But if they have Ocarina of Time stuff coming out, I might splurge and get me a nice like limited edition Switch 2. And give me a little something for, why not?
Yeah. So I'm just waiting now to see when they're going to announce that they're going to have a direct. And I can see it first week of September. No problem. All right. Speaking of September, we're going to talk about if we're ready for fall gaming, because there's a lot coming this year. And I want to discuss that with Kat right after this break. The dog days of summer are almost over, and we've got to ask ourselves, are we ready for fall gaming? August is basically the calm before the absolutely packed September, October that we've got coming up. And those games include Marvel's Wolverine, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, Rayman's Legend Retold, Gears of War E-Day, and many more coming soon. There's one conveniently I left off that list. But when you look at the fall release calendar, it's going to be a banger. So I wanted to run through some kind of like hot topics, talking about, all these different games that are coming out. Almost a little bit like rapid fire, but of course, we're going to be a little bit more verbose than that.
Mm-hmm.
Kat, let's run through a bunch of, what we're thinking is hot, what we want to pick up right away, what we're going to sit on, and what we have no interest in at all. Let's start with what your must play is from the games that are set to come out. And for context, we're starting from September right up to mid-December because technically fall ends on December 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you think you're most excited for that you want to go and pick up right away when it launches?
I got 2 games for that.
Cool.
I've got Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. Of course, keep talking about like that's gonna make me buy a whole ass console for it. But I also have Control Resonant, and I'm equally excited for both. It's just they come out pretty close to each other, if I remember correctly. And I already have stuff that can play Control, so I might sit on Fire Emblem, like I said, to see if there's like a special Switch I could buy while I play Control Resonant, while I devour that game, and then be ready for Fire Emblem right after.
Mm-hmm. That's what the hardest thing is going to be this fall, because there's just so much crammed in there. It's like we got to make hard choices because you don't want to get spoiled. And also, you kind of want to sit with the game and really, really sink your teeth into it before you jump onto the next thing. Because I could get distracted real easily. And my must plays are going to be part of that distraction. I mean, that Zelda Ocarina of Time. They did say 2026. So I'm counting that as that's coming this fall. Wolverine is going to be epic. I already told Mike he needs to get that PS5 out of his sim setup because I need to be ready to go for that. And then I might be the one member of the team who is absolutely intrigued with what the God's name we're getting from Grand Theft Auto 6. And that might just be a morbid curiosity. We'll see how long I stick with it. Like, I played through bits and pieces of GTA 5, but like, there's just something about this game considering, like the pedigree it's coming from, how long it's been in development, and
just this effect on the zeitgeist of the industry.
The chaos.
Yeah.
The pure chaos we're going to get from it. It could be one of the biggest media releases of all time.
And definitely. So I get how you want to be part of that, happening. I just know I don't like GTA games. So
yeah,
I'm like, y'all have your fun. Fire Emblem is known to be a type of game that you want to replay to see all the endings and, it's different characters and whatever. So I'm going to be playing that forever. I'm going to be playing that for a long ass time. Like, I'm going to be sinking like hundreds of hours into that once I get my hands on it. So y'all have fun with Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm going to be playing a nun with a gun.
Is Fire Emblem a series that you would take time off work at launch for?
No, I don't.
Is there anything in this list that you would take a day off on launch day to play?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm a patient gamer. I'm a patient person. So I'm okay with like, I'll clear my schedule on the weekend. But taking an extra Friday off, I would have done it for something like Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
That would have been like but when it came out, I was on sick leave anyways. So.
It kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it for Zelda. What was the last one that came out? Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it for Ocarina of Time. I will do it for Grand Theft Auto unless somebody wants me at work to play and talk about it on the radio.
But also,
yeah.
you never take your days off, so you kind of need to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at like 16 days I still got left this year, and I'm like, when in God's name am I going to take it? So, yeah, it might be video game time is what I'm taking holidays. Yeah, that's it. We just talked about must plays. How about your maybes, Kat, that you're like sitting on the fence on if you think it's going to be a banger or not, whether you pick it up on launch?
For me, it's Nintendo Switch Sports Resorts in the sense that, it's like Wii Sports. It's just to have like some kind of nice party game. If I'm going to buy a Switch, might as well have a party game because it's a party console.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, that looks funny. For me, my favorite party game has always been just the regular ass Wii Sports. Like, Mario Party and everything else is good fun in Mario Kart. But, I think if I get a Switch, I might get that just so that when I show up to, like, let's say when we have cottage weekends, everybody brings something and, somebody has a Switch that has Jackbox. I could be like the Switch that has Sports Resorts, for example.
Cool. Yeah, this is mostly just because for me, I love the Minecraft series, of course, as you all know. I love Minecraft Legends, but Dungeons, especially Dungeons 2, I enjoyed Dungeons, but similar to like you talking about Ravenscraft, was that what it was called? What was the one you were talking about earlier today?
Ravenswatch.
Ravenswatch. I find that the type of game that Dungeons is, I really want to play with somebody else. Now, mind you, it's probably going to be on Game Pass, so it's going to be real easy. So maybe for that one, some of the community would like to play with me. Maybe Darth would be open to doing it because that's the type of game that you want to like, run around, shoot everything, beat everything up, but then just like kind of chat on the side at the same time. Yeah. It's kind of like
100%.
Yeah. So. Yeah, maybe we could get a bunch of people together to play Minecraft Dungeons 2 once that comes out. But I think that's going to be like, I'm ready to play it. But like at the same time, if I'm in the thick of another game, I'm not going to necessarily just drop it from Minecraft Dungeons. Or I'll go play for a few hours with some friends and then go right back to the single player game that I was playing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you sitting on the fence for? Just like you're interested in, but you kind of want to see what everybody else has to say about it first. If you're waiting for reviews and seeing kind of like what the conversation is around it, before you dive in.
Yeah, for me, it's Wolverine. Because I'm not a huge Marvel fan. I really enjoyed Spider-Man, but half of the fun is the web slinging. So I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy just Violent Man, the game, even though like it's from Insomniac and I know they're good at this and they do great gameplay and great, combat mechanics are great. I just want to see the reviews, not in the sense that like, I don't want to see the final number. I just want to see what people are talking about, like story wise. Because like Spider-Man is good fun. The story is, it's not that deep. It's threat in New York. Spider-Man saved New York, right? It's the quintessential Marvel superhero experience. And if I'm going to look at superheroes, like I like Spider-Man because it's optimistic. And, the web sling is cool. And they're like the Spider-Mans, a lot of them are sarcastic or snarky. And, especially Miles Morales, he's so like fresh as a character, and I love it. I love him a lot. Like I love a good Peter Parker, but Miles Morales is good fun, and it's just so. Also, they're like so unapologetically New York, like that, and I don't know what Wolverine brings for me to enjoy. Essentially, outside of big violent man with big claws, will be. Blood everywhere and everything, which I get the appeal, but for me, it's just, okay, but what's around it that I'm going to enjoy? Because if not, it's just, I'm going to skip this one. Like, I'm not a comic book fan enough to just play the game because comic book game.
It's interesting you say that because what I'm curious about with that game is we know how they made Spider-Man feel like Spider-Man. We know how they made Batman feel like Batman. How is this going to make it feel like Wolverine? Like, what are the characteristics that kind of did it? Like with Batman, you kind of had the gadgets and the detective vision and like the sneaky, like being the thing that bumps in the night that scares the villains, right? Like that's really cool. And then on Spider-Man, exactly, like his quick wit, the sharp one-liners, the swinging through the city, the also having to balance being a kid or a teenager in Miles Morales' thing, and then also being the savior of New York City. So I'm curious to see how they balance that with Wolverine himself, the character Logan, is like got his own issues and all that kind of stuff, and like seeing like, are they gonna rope Canada into it somehow? Because that'd be kind of neat because he's Canadian.
If they do his origin story,
I mean, that would be kind of neat. I don't know if that's what it is. I'm kind of trying to stay dark on that one. I've seen like the trailers that they've shown off and stuff, but I also kind of just want to be pleasantly surprised when I dive in. So,
it's just he's a tormented, like it's a violent, traumatized, violent man. The story, that's what Wolverine is.
That's what I'm going to say. Violent Man, the video game, is most video games.
Exactly. So, and put a Wolverine flavor. Yeah, I grew up watching the X-Men cartoons on Fox Kids in the 90s and early 2000s, like everybody, and I really enjoyed them. And I have a special attachment to X-Men, but I'm just like, I don't need to see or play everything that's X-Men, especially for games. It's just like if I'm not drawn in by something, why spend the money and spend the time playing it when I can just also like watch Let's Plays or get an idea? So that's why I'm on the fence of Wolverine, and I want reviews because I need more information to know what I can get out of this game other than the trailers.
But
give me.
You kind of played and experienced Spider-Man the same way, right? Yeah. Because one, you didn't have the console, but you were just waiting, and then you kind of experienced, but you kind of had an idea of like the rapport those games had getting into it. You got the note from Ian Joel being like, you're going to like this, right? So
exactly
already kind of precursor set you up to know that it was going to be something you enjoyed.
Yeah. And like, it's not just reviews like from people. I expect vetting from people I know. So if like, let's say you're playing it and you want to play it, you're probably going to be quick to say, yeah, skip this one. Yeah. Or no, you're wrong. Actually, you should be playing it.
You already talked about Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. Man, they have to be such long names. And that's the one that I'm going to wait for because outside of me and Mike playing it together and having that novelty of the first day, I don't know what's going to keep me coming back to it. Do you know what I mean? Because I found that's what Wii Sports was, and that and 1-2 Switch was essentially like an overglorified tech demo. So yeah, I think I'll wait on that and kind of see what people say about it before I would jump into it, or wait, hear about it, and then when I have the opportunity where I'm going to have a bunch of people around, like say I bring it to my sister and brother-in-law's place or whatever, and a bunch of us want to play, that's when I would pick it up, right?
Yeah, it's for your situation, I would see it like you rolling up with the Switch to your sister's house and something y'all can play after the kid falls asleep, or even something you can play around with the kid. Depending on, it could keep her entertained just seeing the screen. I would give her
a fake controller.
No, I mean not playing her playing, but just like sometimes seeing the sports on the screen and just,
totally.
That's the way I see it for you for this type of game. It'd be like something you can bring to your sisters, and even though they're not gamers, they can bowl. Everybody played Wii bowling.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
What games are you just not into that's on the schedule for the rest of the year?
All right, I'm going to say it once. I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse. Grand Theft Auto 6. Not a fan of the series.
Not your cup of tea.
Nope. I'm going to watch from afar and be really happy that if it's good or not. But another one is like, for me, it's like Gears of War E-Day. I've played one Gears of War game. And it was just like, big man with big gun, shoot big aliens. Got really old for me. I'm not a fan of like Doom and stuff like that. So I get it. It does what it does very well. It's just, I don't enjoy that type of game. So I know a lot of people are waiting for it, like Stainsby Kinsby in our Discord, big fan of Gears of War. I think it's going to be, both games are going to be bangers. It's just, I'd rather replay every possible ending in Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
Well, and that's why, we always say not every game is for everybody, right? There's going to be somebody that it hits
like
for.
Big game, big popular, big release.
No,
that's not
that's not Kat's vibe. She'll pick up the big thing. She'll jump on. Kat has been known to jump on the hype wagon if she needs to, and she's jumping on that Fire Emblem hype wagon, just not the GTA nor the Gears of War one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not jumping on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare I can't even say that, Modern Warfare 4, just because, it's not one that, it's not a series that I'm very much into. What's going to be interesting is to see if GTA 6 eats its lunch. That is a, storyline that I'm going to follow.
GTA 6 is going to eat everybody's lunch. Just like even when you work on like myself, I work on a live game. Sometimes we have like drops in activities, and I'm just like, what's this big spike right there? We were looking at stuff from like the last 2-3 years with the MTX guy doing projection. I'm like, what's this big ass spikes down there? And he was like, Elden Ring. I'm like, oh, okay. And eventually it went back up. Like,
yeah, people will come back. Yeah.
Not worried about it, but it was just fun. That's like, I could see like big dips and be like, what the fuck is that? It was like Elden Ring. Oh, and that's Crimson. Crimson.
The one that
Desert.
just came out was that Crimson. Yeah. Desert. What?
Something like that.
One that just came out. Yeah.
Like we're all like we're all going to be unsurprised from our lackluster activity numbers for November. It's just the way it is.
Cozy gamers will probably be the only ones that stay consistent on their games.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like you, by the way, that they have 2 or 3 games going. They play a live game with their friends, and then they have a single player on the side. So I think it might be a slow launch for COD. I think they're going to feel it. But I think they're going to recuperate from it in the long run because it's fucking Call of Duty. So once people are done fucking around Grand Theft Auto 6, they're going to go back to shooting people in their shooty game of choice, whether it's Call of Duty or something else.
Yeah, and GTA 6 is not going to be the online version yet. So they've got the story mode to play through, right? Which is still going to be fucking massive. The other one that I'm just not, is just because I can't play spooky games. I've tried, is Silent Hill Townfall. I mean,
that goes without saying.
I mean, people are going to love that. I have a feeling, but yeah, it's just, I can't do the jump scares.
We hate on Silent Hill because they're too good at horror games.
Yeah.
Essentially. They're just too good at what they do.
And we can't problem to have, bad problem to have. And it's just us. Lots of other people like the spooky games. I mean, Allie used to play the living shit out of them, but I can't do it.
No, same.
I purposely avoid giving myself anxiety. Let's just say that. I enjoy, I used to watch tons of horror movies and monster movies and whatever else. I can't do that. I can't listen to true crime. I'm like, no, I need rainbows and bunnies, and the goth I get is essentially what we're going to talk about in the sleeper pick. As long as it's a monster and not a psychological thriller against people, we're okay. So sleeper pick. Kat, what do you think is going to come out of the woodwork to be a surprise gem?
All right. So essentially, and they're not moving their release date to make room for Grand Theft Auto 6 because they're confident about their release. And I'm saying this unironically. I know it sounds ironic, but I am unironic. Barbie Rewind, which is a collection of all the Barbie games released between the 90s and the early 2000s. So every Game Boy Advance Barbie release is in Barbie Rewind.
My God.
It is published by Atari. It's coming to every fucking thing. It's coming to Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. It's coming to old gens because it's old games. Okay, so the roster of games included in this. Barbie from 1991 that was on the NES. Barbie Game Girl from 1992 on the Game Boy. Barbie Supermodel from 93 on the Genesis and SNES. Barbie Vacation Adventure that was unreleased game from Genesis and SNES.
What?
Barbie Race and Ride from 1999 on PS1. Barbie Super Sports. If Wii Sports Resort's not good enough for you, try Barbie Super Sports from 1999 on PS1. Adventures with Barbie Ocean Discovery from 1999. That was on the Game Boy Color. Detective Barbie The Mystery Cruise from 2001. That was on the PS1. Barbie Fashion Pack Games from 2000. That was Game Boy Color. Barbie Pet Rescue. Apparently that's a banger from 2001 on the Game Boy Color. Secret Agent Barbie Royal Jewels Mission. You know, they sell jewels from the Louvre, but in 2002 that was on the Game Boy Advance. Barbie Groovy Games, whatever that is. I hope it's music. 2002 on the Game Boy Advance. Barbie Gotta Have Games, probably just a collection of mini games. 2003 from the PS1. And of course, the banger Barbie Horse Adventures Blue Ribbon Race from 2003 on the Game Boy Advance. The Barbie Diaries High School Mystery 2006 Game Boy Advance. Barbie in the 12 Dancing Princesses 2006 Game Boy Advance. And Barbie as the Island Princess 2007 Game Boy Advance. All of these absolute bangers in one game coming to every active gaming platform there is. And honestly, and I'm banging on the nostalgia to hit and for people to get these games. You know how we're like, oh, why are people buying remasters and whatnot or reissues? You know, my friend just showed to his 9-year-old son, all the Secrets of Mana games, the original Final Fantasy game. There's a whole generation of mothers that need to show their kids, you know, their sons, their daughters, their non-binary children, the glory that was Barbie games. Because that's the thing about Barbie games is they are unequivocally Barbie. They don't half measure it. Everything is pink. Everything is bubbly. Everything is fashion forward, even when you're saving pets. Everything is about making the world a better place. And yeah, I think in a world of Grand Theft Auto 6, sometimes you got to be Barbie Rewind.
Catherine?
Yes.
I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
I just came up with this, okay? It might be that shit crazy. Why don't we all get this game and each one of us covers one of the 16 releases and then play a little bit of it or whatever and then come back each week and we can make it the Barbie Rewind segment?
Oh my God.
We have to come and review that game because this could last us a while. There's 16, right? There's 3 of us if Joelle's back up and game with recording. Because, we can make our way through and do 3 a week for a few weeks.
Yeah, I have no idea. It can't be a full price game, can it?
I mean, who knows yet?
It doesn't say on...
Hold on. BIE Rewind.
It doesn't say on Steam because it's planned release date 12 November.
Yeah, I mean...
I expect it to be
okay, between Xbox. Come on, Xbox. Tell me a price. Just says add to wish list. It's not priced yet.
Yeah, no. I don't think it won't be like $100.
No, but seeing some of these are, oh my God. It's on the Xbox thing, it has slides from the different games. Oh my God. This there's one with the Barbie van and you can decorate out around it. Oh yeah. We're doing this. This is happening.
The PS1 graphic Barbies are amazing.
Oh my God. We're doing
this.
My
God.
This has to happen.
We could be snowboarders.
Oh my God.
Yo, this has couch co-op games. Of course I'm getting this. And I'm playing with Uva. Oh my God.
Okay. Those that are listening, Discord community members. Do you want us to do this? Do we make this a challenge running through November, December? And then we just do We review them all, and then maybe we do one massive review of the entire thing at the end.
But I know it sounds like we're joking.
Yeah,
but I
joking.
I am genuinely excited for this release.
I think this is going to be cool.
There's an unreleased game, people. Unreleased.
Yeah, I'm fascinated. We need to do this. We need to make this happen.
I need somebody to do this, but for all the Sailor Moon games, especially the ones that didn't make it out of Japan.
Okay, so this is Atari. Let me see if I've got a contact there and we can get it so that we can all play it. Because
I hope, God forbid, it's going to be on Game Pass. I swear to God, I played some Barbie games off Game Pass.
I haven't seen it calling for Game Pass right yet.
But even then, like if it's, I'll pay the $30 if it's $30. I'll pay the $50. I'll pay it.
There's an exclusive doll that's coming out for it too.
Yes,
yeah.
I was seeing there's a special edition for the physical releases, which are just Switch and PlayStation 5, that comes with a Barbie doll dressed in an Atari outfit.
I freaking love it. She's got pink hair.
Yeah, I was low key sitting on it to see, like, do I want to order the doll?
If we can pre-order it now, then we should be able to figure out how much this thing costs. I'm on the Atari website right now. Physical, November 12th, pre-order. Okay. I want to do Switch, Deluxe Edition. Woof. $84.49 for the Deluxe. Standard is $42.24. What is in the Deluxe? It must be the doll.
It's a doll, yeah. It's going to be listen, that's the thing, is Barbie dolls, there's a big collector's market, so that thing is going to, like, if you sit on it and you're a collector, it's going to be worth something.
Yeah.
But, like, that's $84, like, US?
No, Canadian, the 84. So Canada, if you buy the standard edition on Nintendo Switch, is CA $42.24.
Okay, so yeah, it's about a $30 game US. I mean, $84 for a special edition. Usually they're $100 and some. It's under $100.
It's under $100 for in Canadian loonies and buckaroos.
So I'm actually impressed. That's kind of affordable. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean you're essentially paying double for the doll, if that's the way it is. But yeah, I think we need to do this. I am going to reach out to somebody at Atari. My sleeper pick, and it's not really a sleeper pick because it's one that I've been watching for a while, is The Blood of the Dawnwalker. Obviously, I've been talking about that. The Fantasy Critic is on my list. People are chatting about it. I'm really intrigued for this one. We don't have lately, let's put this out lately, we don't have the greatest track record, I can't talk, with vampire games lately. Between the Will Blade ever release? I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah. And what was the one? The Redfall? Was that what it was called? Yeah.
And then Vampires the Masquerade, the games, those releases were also like hit or miss.
So, like, to have, like, someone who, like, my understanding here is this, the vampire you play as is he can walk in the sun. I mean, why else would it be called Dawnwalker? I'm intrigued. I think that has potential. But, like, it's in the mix with some of the biggest games we might ever see ever. So I think that's why it could be a sleeper pick.
Definitely. It's like I'm looking at the trailer and it could be great. Like, it could be janky as fuck. You know what I mean? Kind of like Witcher on the release, where it was hit or miss and they had to, like, tune the fighting mechanics or...
Yeah, it gives me Witcher vibes too. That's for damn sure. Yeah.
So Witcher felt clunky until they tuned it, so...
Which we're getting DLC for. How many?
More like this, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, God of War Ragnarok.
I mean, this will be a good game to play in, late September, early October, when you're feeling like I need a little spook, but not too crazy.
Yeah, it looks spoopy in the sense that it's just violent as fuck. I can do violence. I can't do actual spoop.
This might be a given, but what game do you think is going to review the best out of everything that's coming out?
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Grand Theft Auto
GTA 6. Who are we kidding? No, but here's the thing. It could it could land in the 80s. And then, like, when you think about it, like, Bubbly Basin right now is sitting at a pretty high ranking. Hold on, let me see. What is the score sitting at right now? Yeah, the score was 90 and it went down to 88.4 on Fantasy Critic over the past day or so. So, like, even if Grand Theft Auto hits like the 80s, that's still good, but I think other things will beat it. I think there's going to be a surprise one out there that comes out and like rip roaring. Like, imagine if Legend of Zelda comes out, it's a complete remake. They do a little bit of changes. It's got and it's just like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I think there's a lot of overlap in those audiences.
Mm-hmm. But it's reviews. It's reviews from IGN and GameSpot and Polygon and Achievement Hunter and everything, you know?
Okay,
like,
I get what you're meaning. Yeah, that would probably review better.
Ocarina of Time is one of the top most rated games ever.
Yeah.
It has
and
a
so
10
is Grand
on
Theft Auto.
IGN.
So is Grand Theft Auto 5. So
let's see. Games let's see. Yeah. Okay. Just pulling up only 8 games. Now, I don't know how long ago this was done. Okay. Only 8 games ever have been scored a perfect 10 by IGN and perfect 40 by Famitsu. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Soul Calibur, Metal Gear Solid 4, Zelda, Skyward Sword, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know if that's 100% accurate.
That's a lot of Legend of Zelda versus one Grand Theft Auto. But Grand Theft Auto 5 was the Grand Theft Auto to all Grand Theft Auto. Hello, sir. You were fed and were given medication. Why are we interrupting my podcast?
I know. He's vocal today. He said I wanted to say hi to Leah. So, yeah, I mean, I could see it coming out and it being in the 90s. I could see some come out and beating it. It'd be really, really interesting to see what kind of takes it over the top. Every IGN 10 of 10. Okay. Wow. There's 66. This is crazy.
Okay.
So, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Checkered Flag has a 10. I don't know that game. Joust has a 10. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, Soul Calibur, Mario Golf Game Boy Color, Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition, Sonic Pocket Adventure, SNK vs. Capcom Match of the Millennium, Magical Tetris Challenge, Metal Gear Solid Game Boy Color, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Gold, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, fucking awesome game. Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages goes along with it. Dragon Warrior 3, Tornado Mania, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Wii Virtual Console. So they redid that? Crazy. Grand Theft Auto 4, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Halo Reach, the UK review, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, Chrono Trigger Wii Virtual Console, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Infinity Blade 2, The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5, Last of Us Remastered, Grand Theft Auto 5 for PS4 and Xbox One, Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, The Witness, fuck, that was a good game, Inside, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, the newer one, Undertale, Red Dead Redemption 2, Half-Life Alyx, Persona 5 Royal, Overwatch, The Last of Us Part 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Crusader Kings 3, Spelunky 2, Disco Elysium The Final Cut, Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Pentiment, Dwarf Fortress, Metroid Prime Remaster, Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC, Resident Evil 4 Remake, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, and Asgard's Wrath 2. That's the pedigree of IGN 10s.
That does include, though, like Rockstar releases. It includes Red
There
Dead,
are many Rockstar releases
GTA,
in there, so there
but also
is
a lot of Zeldas as well.
a lot of Zeldas and multiple different releases of Zelda. So who knows? What do you think is the game that might disappoint?
Gears of War.
Yeah.
I think if they don't deliver on what the fans want and they don't refresh the franchise, it might just be kind of a release.
Yeah. I think
kind of like how Halo 5 was, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort could be there. That's why I'm waiting to see how it stands.
Yeah. Could be like the next Wii Sport could be a fucking dud.
And then, what do you think's going to dominate the conversation? Or do we even have to say it?
Grand Theft Auto 6. But also, like, I know it's not releasing now, but I think once people are done talking about Grand Theft Auto 6, then all we're going to hear is Kingdom Hearts.
At what did they just have? D23 or something? They talked about it coming in Kingdom Hearts 4 coming in 2027. But before that, though, we're going to get that Master Collection.
Yeah.
So it's still like, I think this is the opportunity for all the people who haven't gone through the Kingdom Hearts worlds and to kind of take them through that, which could be really interesting for people to, because it still has like amazing IP that's tied into the games that I played. Now I didn't play all of them. I played like the first one, the second one a bit. They're great. So
yeah, they're unironically like good games.
Yeah.
It's the mix of Disney and Final Fantasy was like very well done.
Yeah. It's an easy one to make fun of, right?
Like Barbie Rewind.
But we're actually going to play that.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but like some of these Barbie games were like somebody's favorite game.
Or got a girl back in the late 90s, early 2000s interested in playing video games.
Or interested in fucking snowboarding because Barbie snowboards.
Or interested in making video games. We've got a lot to look forward to this fall. We are going to be inundated by good stuff. I don't know how we're going to keep up with it because it's also a very busy time of the year. At least it's also pumpkin spice season, so we can sit down and drink our fancy coffees as we play these games.
I mean, for you, it's easy. Use those goddamn vacation days.
I know.
For me, it's going to be a lot of waiting until Christmas to have that time off.
Yeah. Yeah. And with that, we close out this here episode of the Girls on Games podcast. As always, check out girlsongames.ca for links to the story mentioned this episode. Oh, I would be remiss to also give an RIP to Hayden Panettiere, who we learned passed away on Sunday. We all know her, of course, from her many TV shows, but in the video game world, she was in Until Dawn, which is a phenomenal game. Talking about spoop that I can handle. I could handle that one. And also Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
Yeah, she voiced a character in Kingdom Hearts, which I didn't realize until someone mentioned it today in the chat, and then I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh shit, yeah. So that was a really sad story to hear when waking up this morning because it kind of broke last night. But yeah, anything that we talk about video games related episodes, the podcast where we mention other stories and things like that, that's always on girlsongames.ca. So go check that out. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you are consuming it, that would be much appreciated. Why? Helps us with the discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. Thank you, Catherine, for always joining me around this digital table to talk video games each and every week. Where can people find you on social media so they can track you down and talk video games?
Yes, for photos of the Toronto trip, I posted a lot of them. On Instagram, I'm CSDSBINS, and I posted a few on Blue Sky as well. But you can always catch me shooting the shit in the Girls on Games Discord.
And I am Leah Jew on most social media platforms, but of course you want to know all about Girls on Games. You can follow us at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games. Know that in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down on our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. It's been another lovely week in video games. It was also very lovely to see you IRL. And we can't wait a year to do it again. Okay?
No, we cannot.
We cannot. We can wrap some video games into that though. For sure. Until next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.